hard, but says the company isn't going anywhere. Kohl's has already permanently closed 30 locations, but still has almost 700 gyms nationwide. More news, listen to the Daily Dive. Big news stories explained, not shouted. Listen to the Daily Dive each day on the iHeartRadio app, wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Coming up, the WGY AccuWeather forecast.
It's Chuck and Kelly.
And here's another frontline shout-out.
Hi, my name is Zach from Troy, and I'd like to shout out all my HVAC brothers out there in the HVAC trade, taking care of all the ventilation, heating, and cooling needs for all these hospitals and health facilities right now. You guys are doing great. Keep the good work up, and hopefully we'll be out of this soon.
If you would like to recognize someone, just leave a voicemail at 518-452-4860.
And thank you from WGY.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
Attention SSI recipients. If you did not file a tax return last year and have children under 17, you must act now to get the $500 economic impact payment per child. If you do not act by May 5th, you must wait until next year to get those payments. Go to irs.gov and enter your information in the non-filer tool by May 5th. That's irs.gov. This message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
WGY AccuWeather forecast. For tonight, cloudy, breezy, cold, low 37. For the day on Tuesday, sunny to partly cloudy, Tuesday afternoon high 60. For tomorrow night, clear, low 36. And Wednesday, mostly cloudy, Wednesday high 60. And I'm Jim Gagliardi. News Radio 810 and 103.1 WGY. Capital Region's breaking news, traffic, and weather station.
It's that time. Lock and load. The Michael Berry Show is on the air.
So let's turn to Chicago, shall we? We've been talking about the lockdown and how people are responding to it. Lori,
Eastside is busy through thick and thin, and now is no different. To help in these uncertain times, we're offering flexible or deferred payments in select models for current and future in-app customers, and special savings across our lineup. This is helping you. For more information on payment and financing, visit eastsideusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, terms and conditions apply. Dealer participation may vary. Offer and sponsor. Banter Tire is Maryland's largest name-brand discount tire dealer, with over 600,000 tires in stock. So we sell Continental tires at prices so low, they can't be beat. Plus, when you buy Continental tires at Down Fair, we give you more free services for life than any other dealer. For the guaranteed best deal on Continental tires, nobody beats Down Fair. Coming around a severe storm is possible in the nation's midsection. CBS News meteorologist Jeff Fioradelli. Very intense, likely with giant hail and some tornadoes possible as well. Some cities affected will be Wichita, Kansas, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma City, Joplin and Springfield, Missouri, Little Rock, Arkansas. There is a new effort by the Biden campaign to call on the Senate to release any records dating back decades related to a sexual assault accusation against then-Senator Joe Biden. CBS News campaign reporter Bo Erickson, in their latest response, Biden's campaign asked the Senate if they would be allowed to release any potential complaint documents from the 90s if the accuser, Tara Reid, also agrees to their release. Reid claims Biden sexually assaulted her in the basement of a Capitol Hill office building in 1993, and that after filing a complaint, was fired from his office. Tom Aranda, 7 minutes. Listen to Kelvin. What he's about to say could change your life.
I'm 60 and about 290. I lost weight fast. I came down about 235 and probably about 10 straight. I lost probably at least 60 pounds in probably 3.5, 4 months. I had my hair came back, skin was better. She's getting muscle, my muscle mass is going back. And she's supplied with awesome products that we actually high and benefit further. That's awesome.
That's great, Kelvin. Losing that belly fat in less than 4 months is outstanding. Since 2004, Angel 400 has been changing men's lives, like Kelvin, and can help you lose belly fat, gain energy, and improve your lifestyle. We guarantee it. Go to angel400.com for more true testimonials or after discount. Together on the
All right, Linda, we've been keeping an eye all afternoon long on this problem that we've had in the Bronx on the elevated platform, or just off the elevated platform on Buckner at 138th Street. We still have a closing on the elevated Buckner from the Triborough Bridge right up to the Hunts Point drawbridge. We've also got a closing on Buckner Boulevard south of 149th Street, and even the major beacon southbound. That is still in place. You'll be able to go toward the Yard Campers and toward Willis Avenue, but not toward the Buckner because of the ongoing fire department activity. Very heavy all the way around. Now we had a collision on the northbound side of the Harlem Overdrive. Looks like we still have a couple of lanes blocked there on the northbound side. Very strong as we get from at least the 150 up through the 150s. Still out the morning. A collision there is now cleared away. The Williamsburg Bridge of crash there has now also been cleared. I'm Tom Kinski in the WCBS Traffic Center.
Let's go to the weather forecast over to the Weather Center. How are we doing out there, Princeton?
Very much so bad at this point, Linda. The shower activity has moved away. This sky's been out clear tonight as much chillier air continues to push in. Going to be breezy with a low of 42 in Midtown tonight. Outside the city, maybe we'll see 30s and winds will be as low as 20s tonight. Then tomorrow, you'll see sun mixing with a few clouds. It's going to remain rather cool with a high of 61. It'll turn cloudy again tomorrow night with a low 47, and then Wednesday's going to be rather chilly for May with the cloudy skies and some rain and drizzle starting in the afternoon going through the night. High just 56. This is where we're going to stay cool to chilly right through the weekend. 56 in Midtown now with a gusty breeze. It feels more like 46 though. And I'm feeling a low 42 in Midtown tonight. Back to you then.
WCBSA time is 7:10. All across New Jersey will remain closed through the remainder of the academic year. WCBS reporter Matt Rosenberg has details.
It was not a decision Governor Murphy wanted to make, but he says there was no way to guarantee a socially distanced school environment capable of making sure kids get the proper education.
If the standards to reopen our workplaces are high, they're even higher when it comes to schools filled with our most precious assets, our children.
Remote learning will continue, and the plan for summer school should be decided before the end of the academic year. For high school seniors, the governor understands it's a tough pill to swallow.
Sympathy for the seniors. Yet again, the seniors who participate in after school, particularly sports, it's not what any of us signed up for.
Virtual graduations have been mentioned as a possibility. Rosenberg, WCBS News Radio 80.
Governor Cuomo says it's possible for some retail stores upstate. It's possible there may be a lot of WCBS reporter Rick Lamb has the details.
After all
it just depends on when you're talking about it, because I don't think LeBron had all of that early on. You know what I mean? People were just starting to get into that.
Right.
So his early years, he wasn't a part of that, of being attacked online or, you know what I mean, or on social media. And it came later on. So, but I think that Jordan would have adapted. Obviously, he loved all the good stuff because the first few years he was the best. Like dealing with the media and talking. And then when it wasn't so pretty, you know, you start to squirm a little.
Right. Yeah, I think one thing that should be becoming clear to people is that, like, LeBron handles it. Now, he gets criticized, and LeBron is more polarizing than Michael Jordan, even though we saw some of the challenges and scandals, if you will, that Jordan had. You know, the gambling, going to Atlantic City, the not speaking out about social issues and things like that. He he still wasn't as polarizing as LeBron, because most people still love Jordan, you know, of all races. And LeBron, you know, is not race-based, but he gets, you know, he's got those that love him and those that are very critical of him. But LeBron handles it well, I think. And I think what's clear, they're different personalities, very much so. You know, LeBron seems to enjoy it, thrive on it. You know, he brings his family on his social media, and, you know, he just really seems to thrive in this. And maybe it's because since he was 15, he was under the public eye. You know, he's on Sports Illustrated cover when he was 16. So he's kind of grown up living with the attention, and I think adjusted to it. And now he handles it well, whereas Jordan was kind of a late bloomer in terms, you know, in college he wasn't, you know, viewed as the best player in the country when he entered North Carolina. And some people thought he made a mistake by even going there. So I think he, you know, didn't have that attention earlier in his life as LeBron did. I think the other thing, Rob, that's important is that Michael Jordan, you were there, that we were both there, he was, when we say face of the NBA, that doesn't do justice to what Jordan was. LeBron is the face of the NBA today. Okay, we get it. But Jordan, I would say, was the face, the torso, the legs, the arms, the everything of the NBA. Even though you have Barkley and Olajuwon and all these other great players, Drexler, Jordan defined the NBA unlike any player has probably defined the league in our lifetime.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And I remember that commercial and kids and baseball players who were starting.
But what I think with him being such the dude, you see what I'm saying? And nobody else was carrying it like him.
It was all Michael. He knew people were coming to see him. It was and I use this term, a circus, but you know what I mean. Like, that's what it was. Michael Jordan's coming to town. Gotta get tickets. Gotta get to the game. Gotta see him live. Yes, it was like that.
And I think that he obviously would have been able to perform greatly under the pressure because, you know, we saw last night how much scrutiny and criticism he was getting, and he went out and balled and played great. But, you know, would he have been able to last 15, 17, 20 years under this? It would have been interesting. But maybe he would have just adjusted as you have to today. You know, so it's an interesting thing to think about. All right, we want to get your thoughts on this. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. How would Michael Jordan have handled playing in today's media climate? We'll continue the conversation with you next. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
We're all stuck at home, and we're finding out more about ourselves. Like sweats, our all-day attire. There was a reason you ate takeout all the time. Yeah, honey, that does taste good. You didn't really need all that toilet paper. And you found out that we're the ones you've been listening to during these crazy times. We're Fox Sports Radio.
You check things all the time, like your email or your ex's Instagram. But what about checking something as important as your credit? Discover makes it quick, easy, and best of all, free. Discover is now offering FICO credit scores, the score used by 90% of top lenders, for free. Even if you're not a customer, checking your score won't hurt your credit, and you can check the changes. The Discover Credit Scorecard. Free for everyone. Learn more at discover.com/credit scorecard. Limitations apply.
Though we're apart these days, we're sharing more. So, at Geico, we'd like to say thanks. Thanks for sharing your savage dance moves. Thanks for sharing your DIY haircut fails. Thanks for sharing your inner lip sync star. Now, it's our turn to share with the Geico Give Back. A 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies for current and new customers. Because we're committed for the long haul, the 15% credit lasts your full policy term. Visit geico.com/giveback for more info and eligibility.
Men, with today's health concerns, it's more important than ever to take care of your body. That means eating right, sleeping enough, and maybe even taking supplements. My supplement is M-Drive Elite. Designed to strengthen your body, M-Drive Elite is packed with powerful, clinically tested ingredients, including immune support, all in one easy supplement. M-Drive Elite is the premier M-Drive.
Listen to these benefits: testosterone support for energy and strength, immune support for cell health, antioxidant support for vital cell functions. Plus, the MDrive team is so confident they'll give you your money back if you're not 100% satisfied within 60 days. With today's health concerns, you need to eat right, sleep enough, and supplement your diet where needed. Get MDrive Elite at GNC and Vitamin Shop, or go to mdriveformen.com and use the code DRIVE to get 20% off your first MDrive purchase. MDrive Elite. Elite testosterone and immune support. Go to mdriveformen.com today and use the code DRIVE at checkout to get 20% off your first MDrive purchase. Refine your prime with MDrive.
I've always wanted to learn another language, so I decided to give Babbel a try, and I really like the teaching method of the app. I started with the beginner lesson on Babbel, and soon you're putting words into a conversation. Each lesson takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting. I can't wait to use my Spanish skills in real life. Dos cervezas, por favor.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com or download the Babbel app. That's BABBEL.com.
SSI recipients, if you did not file a tax return last year and have children under 17, you must act now to get the $500 economic impact payment per child. Act by May 5th to receive a payment in 2020. Go to irs.gov and enter your information in the non-filer tool by May 5th.
The free iHeartRadio app, continuing to bring you something that unites all of us. Music. Yes, we have the most podcasts in the world. Yes, we have the most radio stations in the country, including local news to keep you informed. And yes, we are still free. But that thing you crave, still got it. The music you love. Your favorite artists and all your favorite songs. Get it all on your phone, computer, smart speakers, and more. Over 250 different devices. iHeartRadio, because music is never canceled. iHeartRadio brings you New to View, Streaming Edition.
This week, fans rejoice to celebrate another Star Wars Day on May the 4th, and Disney Plus in May features notable TV and film offerings, like the series finale of Star Wars The Clone Wars, titled Victory and Death. Also debuting this week is the first episode of Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian, an 8-episode docuseries with a behind-the-scenes look at the making of the show, hosted by Jon Favreau. And Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker comes to Disney Plus this week. Next week on Netflix, Season 3 of the animated comedy Border Town. Also Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Kimmy vs. the Reverend, an interactive special where you control what Kimmy does next. Season 4 of CW's Riverdale comes to Netflix next week, as well as the flick District 9 and Magic for Humans Season 3. Next week, Amazon Prime Video brings you Alias Seasons 1 through 5, Season 1 of The Last Narc, and on the movie side of Prime, Seberg, starring Kristen Stewart as French New Wave icon Gene Seberg. Coming to Hulu May 12th, ABC's The Happy Days of Gary Marshall, a special with Julie Andrews, Jennifer Garner, Jimmy Kimmel, and more, paying tribute to the Hollywood legend Gary Marshall.
And that's New to View on iHeartRadio. Happy binging!
Are you at risk for oral cancer?
I never chew tobacco.
I don't drink much.
Never smoked a cigarette in my life.
You're 3 times as likely to get oral cancer if you drink or use tobacco. What about HPV?
HPV. Isn't that about cervical cancer?
What does that have to do with oral cancer?
You're 30 times more likely to get oral cancer if you have HPV or the human papillomavirus.
HPV? Didn't know that.
Learn more about HPV and oral cancer at myoms.org. This message is brought to you by your oral and facial surgeons.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone. By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from Team on the Ad Council.
Fox Sports 980, now on 95.9 FM. One. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. That's one.
It's the Odd Couple. Chris and Rob on a Magic City Monday, and for all of you out there, it's a reminder that if you do not file a tax return, or did not file a tax return last year, and you have children under 17, you must act now to get the $500 economic impact payment per child. Everyone wants that. So act now. We all know there are a lot of people out there who could use this money. So make sure to get it done by tomorrow morning so you can get your payment this year, your $500 economic impact payment check. Go to irs.gov and enter your information in the non-filer tool by tomorrow morning. That's the non-filer tool by tomorrow morning, irs.gov. We want y'all, if you need it. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Let's get to the call. How would Jordan stand up under the scrutiny that today's technology has created for modern-day athletes?
All right, let's start with Jeff in Boise. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, what's up? Long time, first time, big fan, guys.
Thanks for reaching. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, I think the big difference is that it's a much wider scope of sports media today. Back then, Jordan was the face and torso and arms and legs of the league because you only had so much bandwidth to give to him. He had to be the front page of the sports page when you got your morning newspaper. Today, you go to foxsports.com, there's literally millions of words of coverage of every sport from horse racing to basketball, and that's during a quarantine. So I don't think he would have got the same level of focus that he got back then just because it's a 24-hour news cycle. People are moving on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Whereas with him, it was you focused on Jordan, and that was a week's worth of news when something happened.
No, that's a good point because you're right.
Really good point.
Yeah, like when you were going through something, it lasted a while, right? And nowadays, it might last 24 hours, 48 hours, but it's gone quickly. Right.
Something else bumps it off. And it is a news cycle. Before, you have to wait, okay, the game happened. You have to wait 24 hours to wait for the next day.
Right.
It wasn't like that. You had to wait. Okay, wrote a comment, you read that, and then, okay, you responded, and we got to wait 24 hours to get that. Then we read that. Right, it was like that. All right, Nick in South Carolina. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What you got?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Well, good. Great, man. How are you?
Good. I just want to make a quick point before, quick thing before I get to my point. I'm a healthcare worker. I listen to you guys when I travel on the way home. You guys provide a very much needed service to make my day more relaxing, so I appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you, man. We appreciate your service. Yeah, you're on the front lines, man. So we support everything you're doing, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you. Quick point. So I do think Jordan would absolutely be fine in today's era. It's proven time and time again. One of the most mentally toughest athletes. The only one of them, maybe not, but yeah, I mean, just thinking about the fact that, he's using a guy in New York who's on the radio saying he's going to Atlantic City, and then the next game he's dominating just because he's fed up with the fact that they're saying gambling is getting in the way of his performance. It might just result in more winning today if it's on the national level. So honestly, I think a lot of him retiring was more due to the fact that he was just burnt out. It's really hard to win two in a row, three in a row.
Oh, yeah. It's no question. And remember, at that time, like the Lakers, when they won back-to-back in 87 and 88, that was the first time in 20 years anybody gone back-to-back. At the parade, and everybody was like, is this dude crazy? Like, was that the first? You got the trade. 3 feet trademark. He got a trademark. He got 3 feet trademark maybe before anybody's done it, or he has the trade. Even though his teams never did it. Right. But you're thinking that they were. Winning 3 straight is tough because you gotta fight off, complacency. Right, you get satisfied. You know what I mean? You know it. I always say this, Chris. You love ice cream, right? Eat ice cream like crazy. Then you start working at the ice cream factory, and guess what? Right. It just doesn't tell you, like, I'll get it tomorrow. You don't have to say it. It's right there. You can eat all you want. It changes how you look at it. And, it's hard to go through an 82-game season, what is it, 4 or 5 months, whatever it is, when it does matter. I mean, it's about, right, it's all about May and June for you. And so that's mentally challenging as well. So, yeah, he was burned out.
Come on, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Isaiah?
Hey guys, how you doing today? Well, I didn't know we were talking about, healthcare workers. I'm a healthcare worker too, and I do look forward to you guys' show every day.
Again, thank you for all you're doing. That's your service, man. We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no problem at all. But I want to say this now. I feel like Jordan retiring has a lot more to do with him winning 3 straight, where he felt like he was in a position where he can say, I gave him my all, I retired, I just won 3 straight, I proved he was boss. In today's era, I'm being very serious, I just don't see it possible for him doing that with the era we have today. He has to go against LeBron, KD, Kawhi, all right now. As we speak, I just don't see that happening. So I think he would thrive from his competitive nature to continue to play and get forward for him to play, because I think it would be much harder for him to repeat or teammate the championship.
It sounds like your thing is not so much the media climate, but just the competition. And Rob,
he felt like he was the best. He knew he was the best.
Well, he was, and he'd be the best today. But we're gonna do a time. Let's do a topic on this, this week, maybe tomorrow. But you know what I mean? Like, would he have had the success today against these players? Because the millennials mostly, including our mad millennial Rob G, they don't think so.
Well, the difference is, and this is where they missed the boat, what rules are we playing by, Chris? Are we playing by the video that we saw him in the paint getting pulverized by the case of the Nick in the video? What video is that? Right? What rules are we playing? If you can't touch Michael Jordan, you tell me how in the world you're going to stop him. Tell me. But I don't believe you could. Right. Let's squeeze in one more. Mark in Sacramento. You're in the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What you got, Mark?
What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, man?
I think he would have adjusted. I think he's got the natural personality to know how to disappear. I think he's a wrong ass. He would have handled himself after. I think Derek Jeter found a way to live his life and not say anything to anybody unless he
wanted. You know what, Mark? That's an excellent point. And guess what? Derek Jeter never got into any scandals in New York. He was in New York, messing around with all these women, all this stuff. Chris, when did we see headlines about Jeter? One time early in his career, remember Steinbrenner was mad and he was out in the nightclubs or whatever, and they even wound up making a TV commercial about it. That was it. We never heard about Derek Jeter.
And you're right about Jeter. No, you're absolutely right. My thing, I just don't see Jordan being like Jeter. Like, Jordan was so much more, as much as Jeter was out there, and as popular as he was, and as much as he was one of the faces of baseball, Jordan, I don't see him being like Jeter. You could have, like, it just seems that
they're not all far from that thing. I agree with you.
Even just, I don't see Jordan being that kind of away from the spotlight, if you will, or I don't know.
I guess my point is somehow Jeter did his thing, Chris, but as a player, he got married out.
Right. If it never becomes newsworthy as far as something impacting the game, like remember with Tiger Woods, what ended up happening? His wife, hit him with a golf club. So that's when everything led to all the revelations about his adultery and stuff. So that's a good point. Unless something newsworthy comes of the philanthropy, it's not going to be out there. All right. Kobe Bryant is the closest thing we ever saw to Michael Jordan. But there's
well, thank you very much, gentlemen, and it looks like the Miami Dolphins are the first team to come out with at least a plan for how they'll have fans attending games at Hard Rock Stadium. If there is the season,
He has pitched great this postseason. He's 3-0 in 4 starts, an ERA of 3.24. He's walked 6 men in 25 innings. Well, this is now the second inning, so 27 innings. Giving up 22 hits. The pitch. Breaking ball struck to Feliz, a backdoor breaking ball. And the count 0-1. outside. Any artist continually evolves, learns, better ways and shortcuts. I think Pettit's a better pitcher because in the old days he was cutter. He still has the cutter, but he's added every other pitch. And he never was a 95-mile-an-hour thrower anyway. It'd be a 1-1 to Feliz. First to throw to first, and back is Worth. Worth can steal a base now. Worth stole 20 out of 23 in the regular season. Honestly, I think Pettit's a better pitcher.
I think Pettit's a better pitcher also. He doesn't have that grunt effect anymore, trying to manufacture velocity. It's a great curve now, and he's used that changeup, and since he added that little four-seamer, I think he's a much better pitcher.
Now 1-1 is low inside, the count 2-1. So Pettit can throw the change, he can throw the two-seam fastball, and that would break away from the right-hand hitter, as he hopes the change would. And he throws the cut fastball that would go into the right-hand hitter, and a very good breaking ball. So, well, he deals 2-1 to Feliz. Worth leads off first, and again Pettit goes over there, just to keep an eye on Jason Worth.
Andy always says when you see him getting a lot of strikeouts, that's because his cutter is really working, and he goes to that a lot. But he actually prefers it if he doesn't have to strike people out, and you don't use up as many pitches that way.
Another throw to first, and this time Worth dives on back. Play Feliz straight away. Feliz a guy that you would say can be pitched to. He's 9 for 50 in the playoffs, but he has 2 homers, 4 RBIs. He has a lot of power. A right-hand hitter. Worth leads. Pettit holds the set and deals. It's low, and it bounces away from Posada, so Worth takes second, and now there's a runner in scoring position. A wild pitch. The ball was down and in and deflected off Posada and rolled away. I think it was a breaking ball. It was so low, it was tough to tell. Let's call it a breaking ball and a wild pitch. So now Feliz has a runner at second, and he has a 3-1 count.
And that bounced about an inch and a half away from Pedro Feliz's foot, front of his foot. That's how much that ball cut in and down.
Here's Pettit's 3-1. Behind the plate, Posada back, and he makes it right in front of the screen. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Now at the end of an inning and a half, no score. On the Yanks Radio Network, driven by Jeep.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and you can save up to 40%. All plans include unlimited talk, text, and data. No added taxes and fees and no contracts. Visit SpectrumMobile.com.
In the wake of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, we're being asked to stay home in an attempt to stop the spread of the virus. So Radio.com is giving you an opportunity to stay connected with our live daily online broadcast called I'm Listening, Stay Connected. I'm Dr. Chris Donahue. I'll be joined by celebrities and experts in the field of mental health to give you facts and tools to support and guide you. Watch I'm Listening, Stay Connected every day at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Stay connected with Radio.com. You can tell when something just sounds wrong. Like when you go to the mechanic and hear this.
Pass me the torque. No, let me have the flamethrower.
Or when you get a TV installed and hear this.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do this without a 40-ton wrecking ball.
Yeah, that sounds all kinds of wrong. And you know what else sounds really wrong? That the interest you're earning on savings with the largest banks isn't earning you much. At all. Especially when you consider that with a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account, your money could be earning much more interest, which sounds like this. But hey, somehow that doesn't sound right to you. Well, at the very least, I have a mechanic I can recommend. Open a Marcus by Goldman Sachs online savings account in minutes at Marcus.com. You can money.
Comparison rates of the 3 largest U.S. banks measured by total deposits. Rates as of February 4th, 2020 and may vary by state. Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC.
Make sure you're listening to Joe Beningo and me, Evan Roberts, tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
We open the show with a Hall of Famer, Rod Thorne, the man who drafted Michael Jordan, the man who built the Nets. Rod Thorne joins us at 2. Another Hall of Famer, Rick Barry, will join us on the show. Plus, the Benigno bracket of pain continues. How about this matchup? The Tom Seaver trade versus the New York Jets draft history. One of the two matchups in the Benigno bracket of pain that'll take place on the show. It's Benigno and Roberts on the Fan, Sports Radio 1019 FM and Sports Radio 66, WFAN and WFAN FM, New York.
Here we go to the top, rather the bottom of the second. It'll be A-Rod, Matsui, and Posada. Alex has had a phenomenal playoff, not just the numbers, but when he's accomplished those numbers. He's had so many big hits from the 7th to the 11th inning in the playoffs. Almost every hit has been a big hit. Alex comes in 18 for 50 with 6 homers and 18 RBIs. No, in 14 games, 18 hits, 18 ribbies, 6 homers, and Pedro deals low inside to count 1-0. Now they caught that fastball. That was a sinking fastball, first of all, low and in. They caught that at 84. And that's why the Yankees have to try anyway to stay back. That pitch inside, the count 2-0. One thing, sooner or later he's going to throw you a change, or sooner or later he's going to throw you a breaking ball. So you almost ought to reverse what hitters normally do. You'll be able to make contact with the fastball, I think. There's the 2-0. Low outside, 3-0. Hideki Matsui waits on deck. Let's see if A-Rod swings at the 3-0 pitch from Pedro. Alex stepped down for a moment. Here's the 3-0. 5-4. Good fastball. So A-Rod is on. One other thing, I didn't even look up the number, Susan, but I'll bet Alex on base percentage in the playoffs is about 500.
Oh, I'll bet it is. He's throwing walks. Pedro, however, is one of those guys that will pitch around hitters. He's always been able to do that. I don't know if he still can, but those pitches he wasn't trying to walk them intentionally, but a lot of pitchers that are great like that, Mariano does it too. I'll give him a nasty pitch. If he swings at it, fine. If he doesn't, I'll walk him. I'll go after the next guy.
There's Matsui. Pedro holds the set and deals. There's the strike. Well, David Cohn has said that there are good walks. Because David would do that. He would walk and pitch around someone. On to Matsui. A-Rod leads. Now, Pedro, I don't think he would walk him intentionally either. But, I'll tell you where the butt is in a minute. Pedro holds the set and deals. Drilled to deep right is a foul ball. Home run distance about 20 rows back and foul by, about 5-7 feet down the right field line.
Well, Ruiz was setting up inside, and that just came right over the middle of the plate, and he was just a little too anxious. And being so anxious, he just hit it.
I'll be up high fastball. Have A-Rod hit it out. So he had a pitch around him, well, he pitched around him. That'll be a 1-2. Hideki is 12 for 39. Those 3 home 8 innings and both big hits.
So once I got used to it, I try and do it to the
2-2 to Matsui. A-Rod is short. Oh, just missed a double. Oh! We're watching the replay. Ruiz went out to talk to Ford. That'll be a 2-2 to Matsui now. Taking his time. Now he is set. A-Rod with the lead at first. He holds a set high a long time and throws to first, and A-Rod's back.
And this is all pitches coming out of Pedro's arm. And don't forget, even 10 years ago, when Pedro would go 7 or 8 innings, the way to get to Pedro was get his pitch count up and get him out of the game. That's how they beat Pedro.
Matsui. So two things. A-Rod has enough speed to steal on his own. He stole 14 out of 16. Now the crowd gets up again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no one out. A-Rod at first, bottom in the second, no score. And a throw to first, and A-Rod is back. Matsui began 0-2.
And I think Pedro was thinking that Alex was going to go also.
Oh, the stretch by Pedro. The pitch swung on a high foul fly deep down the right field line and into the second deck, but plainly foul. A-Rod was going. So if you go on 1-3-2, you go on them all. Nothing the other team can do. You have to throw a strike. You go ball 4. Well, everybody's safe.
And this is taking pitches out of Pedro's arsenal. Really is. This is a terrific at bat by Hideki Matsui.
Once again, it'll be a 3-2. Pedro holds the set high, about neck high. There he goes. Pitch. Swing on and hit in the other right. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Hideki Matsui has just hit a 2-run home run. A tremendous shot. Deep to right. A thriller by Godzilla. Oh, the sayonara comes around third. A 2-run home run to give the Yankees a 2-0 lead in the second inning in a clinching game.
And we had just talked about what a great at bat Matsui had. The more pitches you make the pitcher throw to one batter, the more likely he is to make a mistake. And it's just an inch or two. Threw that a little bit too much over the middle of the plate and just high enough for Matsui to turn around and boy did he whack that one right into the second deck.
So Matsui and A-Rod are in the dugout safely. Posada swings and misses. And here's the 0-1. Low inside and the count 1-1.
John, is it too early for us to say that it would be a mistake if they don't re-sign Hideki Matsui, since we've been saying it since May?
Yeah, since we've been saying it all year. And Damon, too. And all you do is see him play. How important they are to this team. It'll be a 1-1. See Posada. John Sterling, Susan Wallman, back at Yankee Stadium. Posada grounds the next pitch foul behind the plate. Boy, is this crowd buzzing. What a noise way after the home run. That's some at bat Matsui had. A foul homer, a foul double, and then a legit 2-run home run deep in the right field seats. It'll be a 1-2. Foul, though, way ahead of a chain. For Matsui, his 4th home run. He now has 9 RBIs in the playoffs. I don't know how the Yankees could ever part company with him. He is great.
In all ways.
Great.
In all ways.
And here comes the 1-2. Low inside. Also, Susan, he'll have a chance this winter to, rehab the knees and get his knees in much better shape.
He said he was ready to play the outfield if Joe wanted him to. He said, my knees are, it is what it is.
The 2-2 cut on him as Posada strikes out, and there's one away. Georgie, with the strikeout, 13 for 48, 2 homers, 8 RBI, so one away. And that will bring up Robbie Cano.
You know what we saw on that Matsui at bat with the home run? 10 years ago, Pedro Martinez was throwing that fastball at 97, so you could throw it up there, you can make a mistake, and someone can still swing through it. When you're throwing that ball at 87, you have to hit your spot exactly. You miss, and people aren't going to miss an 87-mile-an-hour fastball.
Agree. Well, here is Cano. And a breaking ball line, but right to second, 2-away. So Cano hit it right on the screws and right at Utley. And when Utley made the catch, the ball bent his glove back. That was really it. Here's Nick Swisher. hitter. So, to it, and Swisher, he switches to batting left, and takes a breaking ball strike, back to a breaking ball, the count 0-1. Now, the Yankees draw first blood on the 2-run Matsui home run. Lead 2-0, bottom of the second. Here is the 0-1, and it's up high, fastball. And the count 1-1. Swisher batting 8, who he normally bats during the year. And the one difference, Brett Gardner starts for Melky, and he will be batting 9 on that pitch. A change for a strike, and the count 1-2.
That's something that Swisher will see a lot from Pedro. If he sees a fastball, and if it gets in the zone, it'll be a mistake. You know, Pedro knows how to pitch a guy like Swisher.
Pitch inside and high, fastball. I'm sure the Yankees have been schooled on stay back, because you know you're going to get the changeup, you're only going to get the breaking ball. And there's the 2-2. Changeup is popped up to shallow left. Toward the line, Francisco, he's there to make the catch and in the end. 2 runs, 1 hit. The 2-run home run by Matsui, no one left. Now at the end of 2, 2-0 Yanks on the New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
You need your daily dose of news as much as you need that first cup of coffee. Yes! Just download the Radio.com app. Radio.com is your mobile audio connection to the top news sources, including CNN, CBS News Radio, and Bloomberg. Local, national, and international news. 24 hours a day. All in one place. And all just a click away. Get the news you want, when you want. Radio.com on your desktop or download the free app now.
Capital One knows life doesn't alert you about your credit card.
Hey, Cat Surfers, we've got maxed out tips to keep you rocking while you work. Oh, and Colleen, yes, you Colleen with a K. Your free trial of Movie Plus ends tomorrow, and your card may be charged. Do you want to continue on?
So meet Eno, the Capital One assistant. Eno looks out for surprise charges, like when free trials expire, and helps if you need to fix them. Eno, another way Capital One is watching out for your money, and you're not. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Limitations apply.
Navien tankless water heaters, the proven leader in condensing technology. Request a Navien because you deserve the best in endless hot water delivery. Learn about Navien's condensing tankless water heaters and find a Navien contractor at tanklessmadesimple.com.
This is your personal information on your laptop. And this is what happens when you connect to the coffee shop Wi-Fi. Or buy something with your smartphone. Your information can ping-pong all over the place and be exposed to cyber criminals. More threats demand more protection. That's why Norton and LifeLock are now part of one company. Norton 360 with LifeLock provides all-in-one membership for your cyber safety that gives you device security, identity theft protection, a VPN for online privacy, and more. No one can prevent all cybercrime and identity theft, but Norton 360 with LifeLock is your ally in today's connected world. Oh, your info isn't going to stop bouncing around anytime soon. Sign up today for Norton 360 with LifeLock and save 25% or more off your first year by going to norton.com/news. That's norton.com/news for 25% off.
It's been over a decade since the Yankees won a World Championship, and WFAN is bringing you that World Series. We return to Game 6 of the series, played on November 4th, 2009 at Yankee Stadium against the National League champions, the Philadelphia Phillies, with the Yankees leading the 7-game series 3-2.
Now we go to the top of the third. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Phils. Francisco and Jimmy Rollins, all right-hand hitters, against Andy Pettit, who, thanks to Matsui, has a 2-run lead. Francisco takes a strike on the inside corner. Francisco in the playoffs, 0-4-8. A right-handed, he's got some pop. Played for the past couple of years with the Indians, takes outside. He came over with Cliff Lee in that trade at midseason. Now Andy will deal 1-1 to the right-hand hitter, and the pitch is low inside in the count 2-1. Pitch is grounded to third. A-Rod to the glove side, fields, fires, got him. 1 away.
Yeah, it's been very interesting in this playoff series, particularly in the World Series, John. The national media has really taken notice of Andy Pettitte as if he's never been out here before. And because he's been gone for a while and the Yankees haven't been in the World Series, actually, Nick Cafardo of the Boston Globe wrote a terrific column about how Andy Pettitte's got the pedigree to be in the Hall of Fame, not maybe the time around, compares him to Jack Morris, that kind of big game pitcher. And we all know Jack Morris pitched probably the greatest World Series game of all time. Well, the one that I've seen anyway, an amazing game.
There's Carlos Ruiz, a right-hand hitter, and Pettitte deals high. Ruiz is 13 for 42 in the playoffs, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. A stocky right-hand hitter, he's got power. Yankees have a 2-0 lead, top of the third, 1 out, no one on. And the 1-0, back to our breaking ball strike. Well, of course, I would endorse Pettitte for the Hall of Fame. But it's interesting that at least it's being talked about. I don't think Pettitte's through pitching. I have no idea what his plans are, but obviously he can pitch. And pitch very well. And you never run out of your need for starters, so I would think the Yankees would want to re-sign Pettitte too. That'll be a 1-1 to Ruiz. The pitch is low outside in the count 2-1.
I just think it's fascinating, you know, everybody brings out stats up the wazoo in the World Series, every stat about everything, and Pettitte is involved in so many of them, you forget how great he has been.
The 2-1 is low inside, and the count 3-1 to Ruiz.
For example, and I said it before, if he wins this game tonight, he will be the first pitcher ever to start and win every clinching game in all 3 series leading up to the World Series.
Now the 3-1, swung on, hit in the air to deep left center. Gardner going back, away back, looking up, and it is off the left center field wall and bounced past Gardner. Ruiz around second, heading for third. The relay throw won't be made. A triple for Ruiz. The ball hit halfway up on the bullpen wall, but instead of coming off the wall, it hit like a rubber ball off the point of a building and banged past Gardner. And so that's why Ruiz was able to get the extra base. So he's at third with 1 out, and here's Jimmy Rollins.
I think Gardner wasn't sure whether the ball was... And underneath the plastic where they've got the it looks like windows that you can look into the bullpen, is a small wall, and then there's an advertisement underneath that, and it hit right on the top of that.
And that's a big base, because now a run can score it out, and the Yankees play the middle of their infield back. The pitch to Rollins is high in the count 1-0. And give credit to Ruiz. Once he saw the ball hit the wall and run away from Gardner, he was off and went to third without a throw. So the Phillies can pick up one of the 2 runs if Rollins does only a ground ball to either short or second. The 1-0 is outside the count 2-0. The Yankees top the third. Fills it threatening off the triple by Carlos Ruiz, and he leads off third. The pitch swung on and drilled to right center field in the gap. Swisher is there to make the catch. Ruiz will score easily. It's a sac fly and an RBI for Rollins. So the Phils did something great. They immediately got one of those runs back, and the Yankee lead is 2-1.
And the Phillies have done that all year. This is a very good team. That's why everyone talking about this World Series. Finally, for the first time in a long time, really, everybody thinks the 2 best teams in baseball are actually in the World Series.
There's Shane Victorino. He said the Phils Pettitte deals, and Victorino, it's a high fly to right, not deep. Swisher in a step, and he makes the catch to end the inning. Alex said the Phillies are the best team to come out of the National League in a long time. He's right, by the way. So, 1 run, 1 hit, and no one left at the end of 2.5, 2-1 Yanks on the New York Yankees radio network, driven by Chief.
With the coronavirus, it isn't shaping up to be the best Mother's Day. But that makes it the perfect time to treat Mom to something very special. A diamond or gemstone from superjeweler.com. Jewelry starting at
1999, superjeweler.com has made millions of customers happy, and they will make Mom happy too. Go to superjeweler.com, click the Guaranteed for Mother's Day banner, and shop away.
Looking for the best value you can find on a new set of Continental tires? Go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody offers more value on Continental tires than Town Fair. It's a Town Fair offers the guaranteed lowest price, plus gives you more free services for life than anybody. For the best value on Continental tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And I mean nobody.
It's been over a decade since the Yankees won a World Championship, and WFAN is bringing you that World Series. We return to Game 6 of the series, played on November 4th, 2009 at Yankee Stadium against the National League champions, the Philadelphia Phillies, with the Yankees leading the 7-game series 3-2.
Brett Gardner will lead off against Pedro here in the third, and takes a strike on the outside corner. Gardner 2 for 9 in the playoffs, no homers or ribbies. Little left-hand hitter, Feliz way in at third to guard against the bunt. Howard playing a step behind first, a little bit off the bag. The pitch, a breaking ball, is foul, third base out of play. And the count 0-2. Yankees have a 2-1 lead as we start the bottom of the third.
And this is the first time Brett Gardner has batted against Pedro Martinez. You can see Pedro working kind of quickly against Gardner. Gardner stepping out now, trying to collect his thoughts. Down 0-2.
Here's Pedro's 0-2. Fastball high, wasted high. And the count 1-2. Gardner, the ninth batter, then the top of the order, Jeter and Johnny Damon. Yankee 2 runs. 2-run home run by Matsui after a walk to A-Rod. Now here's the 1-2. Struck him out swinging high fastball, one away. The Phillies run a triple by Ruiz and a sac fly by Jimmy Rollins. So that's where we are, bottom of the third.
Yeah, that's what we mean about veteran pitchers like a Pedro Martinez. He had a feeling that he was going to be able to fool Brett Gardner. Got him on 4 pitches. You know, so he's saving a lot of it. A lot of these veterans, they'll save their thinking and what they need to do for the veteran hitters who have seen him before.
Now here's Jeter, and the fastball's inside. Jeter had a good swing against Martinez the first time. He had a line drive to left center, grabbed by Ben Francisco. 1 out, no one on, bottom of the third. The Yanks have a 2-1 lead. The pitch, foul straight back off a high fastball. And the count 1-1. There's the 1-1. Swung on and line to center field. Victorino makes the catch. No, he tripped, and Jeter is on. Victorino went back, and then had to come in. The ball sank, and the trap was called immediately by second base umpire Jeff Nelson. Seeing it on replay, it was trapped.
And he tried to sell it, but it was definitely a trap. And now Derek Jeter has been on base in all 15 games in this postseason. He had a hit in 14 of the 15 games.
Well, it's the second time that Jeter's had good swings against Pedro. And here is Johnny Damon. I'd say the Yanks having better swings this time around than they did in the second game of the series. Damon struck out his first time, and Pedro guns over to first. Jeter is back.
You know, don't forget, nobody's made anything about this. Everybody talking about Andy Pettitte going on short rest. Well, 4 days rest, regular rest, is short rest for Pedro Martinez. He's been pitching once every 7 days, once every 10 days.
Martinez holds the set high, and now steps off. He is holding the set a long time. He's trying to upset the batter. I don't blame him on this pitching. If I were the Yankees, I'd be asking for time. Damon struck out way ahead of a changeup his first time. 1 on, 1 out. Now, the right-hander is set up high.
changed 75 miles an hour. That's 10 miles an hour slower than the old Pedro when he won his Cy Youngs.
That'll be a 1-0 to Damon. Jeter with the lead off first. And the pitch outside. And the count 2-0. Susan, you can almost see with the naked eye that Pedro is saying, I'm not going to come over the middle. And if the Yankees are patient, they can really run up the pitch count. He is trying his darndest not to come over the plate. I don't blame him. Now he's behind Damon 2-0. 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the third, 2-1 Yanks. Pitch is grounded weakly foul on first. So the count 2-1.
And Johnny just a little anxious on that because that one got too much of the plate. And Damon saw it and really tried to pull it.
The chant is, as you well know, who's your daddy? That'll be a 2-1 to Damon. Pitch. A high pop foul. Third base out of play. And the count 2-2.
Boy, Pedro Martinez over the years sure gave everybody some fodder. Those Red Sox-Yankee series, absolutely great. Although that comes from he actually came into a press conference and said, what do you think about the Yankees? Well, I guess I got to call him my daddy because they had lost. But you know what? Pedro never really got beaten up by the Yankees. They just took pitches, got his pitch count out, and got him out of the game. That's how they won most of those games.
And by the way, great that people remember because you figured, I can recall putting the matchups and no one had good numbers against him. It was really kind of like Mariano. Someone gets hit. Oh, what happened to Mariano?
And I remember Pedro always talked about when the Dodgers traded him to Montreal, the reason was they said he was too little. Had a pretty good career. This is the first ballot Hall of Famer.
That'll be a 2-2 to Damon. Jeter leads. Martinez holds the pitch and line foul down the right field line. Well, he might outsmart and outthink the Yankees, but I wouldn't bet on it right now. The Yankees seem to be patient about waiting for a pitch over the plate and seem, anyway, at this stage to be having very good swings.
Yeah, they do indeed. I think a lot of people privately, a lot of the Yankees were saying, I think he'll get around the lineup once. And here we go, second time around.
Once again, it'll be a 2-2 to Damon. And he lays off a high fastball in the count 3-2. And by the way, that was Pedro's 50th. And the pitch count is very big for two reasons. One, Pedro's ability goes down, the higher he goes up, and the Phillies do not have a good bullpen. So the Yankees are desperately trying to get into that bullpen. Let's see if Jeter goes. I would think he would. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. With the big guys coming up, now Pedro can ill afford a walk. Jeter leads. And the payoff is outside ball 4. And Jeter was not going. So Damon walks, and now the Yankees have 2 on and 1 out for Teixeira and A-Rod.
I got the feeling, and now everyone, the whole infield is coming in to talk to Pedro. I got the feeling, John, that Pedro had held the set for so long that Jeter wasn't sure whether he was going to throw over or not. And you are right, here comes the Philly bullpen. Rich Doobie has just picked up the phone. And that's Jay Happ, the rookie who had such great starts for the Phillies this year, and he was put in the bullpen just because of that, because their bullpen was a little short, let's put it that way. And there's no tomorrow here, so you can't wait for Pedro to straighten himself out. So Jay Happ already warming in the Philly bullpen.
Now here's Teixeira. Jeter at second, Damon at first. Pedro holds the set, holding it a long time. Pitch. And a hit.
Nicky Matsui.
Trying to get it down and in and just hit him on the back of the thigh. Luis set up, middle in, and he just tried to pull that a little bit too much. And here comes Richard Judy, the pitching coach, out to talk to Pedro.
Now the Yankees have loaded him up on a single by Jeter, a walk to Damon, and Teixeira being hit. And here is A-Rod. Well, you think, Susan, that they'll have Pedro pitch to Alex, and if he doesn't get him out, then I figure the left-hander comes in for Matsui.
Well, you also wonder, they're all talking to Pedro. What do you do here? This is Alex Rodriguez. You make a mistake, it's 4 more runs. If you walk him, it's 1 run. I'm not saying he's going to obviously intentionally walk him, but you got to be careful here. And Pedro knows that. Sort of pick your poison here. This probably is Pedro's last batter.
2-1 Yankees, bottom of the third, bases loaded, 1 out. Now Pedro is set. A-Rod walked his first time. Pitch, caught on a missed on a breaking ball. On the count 0-1, Jeter at third, Damon at second, Teixeira at first. Alex walked actually on 4 straight pitches his first time, and then in a great at-bat, Matsui, who had hit a foul homer and a foul double, then at a homer deep in the right field seats for the 2 Yankee runs. The pitch outside and low, and the count 1-1. The Yankees have a big opportunity. They have the bases loaded, 1 out, and they have 2 big run producers up. And A-Rod, who's knocked in 18 runs in the playoffs, the all-time high is 19. And then Matsui. There'll be a 1-1 to Alex. And the pitch, caught on a miss. And the count 1-2. That was out of the strike zone. And it was slider, but it wasn't what you'd want. It was up in the strike zone. But A-Rod missed it, 1-2.
And that's the second time he's thrown that pitch, and Alex has swung through both of them. The first pitch was that slider up. Looks like a fastball as it's coming to you. It looks very tantalizing because it's up. He's not throwing that hard.
A-Rod steps out, and catcher Carlos Ruiz. Well, everyone's thinking of the big blow. But the Yankees had to get the run back that the Phillies scored in the top of the inning, so I'm sure it's going through Alex's mind. Make contact. And he makes contact, it's a fly ball. He can score the speedy Jeter from third. That'll be a 1-2 to A-Rod. Bases loaded, 1 out. Yankees have a 2-1 lead, bottom of the third. The pitch is strike 3 on the outside corner, 2-away.
Alex asking Joe West if that was a strike, and it was that slider again. So Pedro got him on 3 sliders, 2 swinging and 1 looking.
Well, they're still loaded up, and now it's 2 out. Jeter at third. Damon at second, Teixeira at first. Here's Matsui.
Uh, 2192. 2192.
On the car?
Yeah, last 4, right?
Oh, I need the whole thing.
All right.
You know how you can tell that
and he's within one strike of doing it. Boy, Matsui has hit Pedro today 4 times, only one of them counted a 2-run home run. That'll be an 0-2. Now the right-handed deal. Swung on and line to left center. It is a base hit. Jeter scores. Here comes Damon. He's cutting in. He scores. It is a 2-run base hit for Hideki Matsui. He's knocked in all 4 runs, and the Yankees have a 4-1 lead. Matsui ripped a bullet liner just to the left of dead center. As Jeter and Damon scored, Teixeira went to second safely. Matsui at first.
And Pedro's getting those sliders up. Alex swung through them, but Matsui didn't. And if Pedro's going to stay in this game, he's got to get that ball down. That slider was up and out over the plate.
Here is Posada. 2 on, 2 out. Breaking ball cut on a miss. Slow breaking ball. Well, what a job by Matsui. Think of what Matsui has done in his 2 at-bats. A 2-run homer, a 2-run single, and 3 balls, 2 doubles, and 1 home run that were foul. All hit. The pitch. Low, in the count 1-1. Posada struck out his first out. It'll be a 1-1 to Posada. Swung on, a high fly to left. Francisco back. He makes a catch to end the inning. Well, we just had a mayoral election yesterday. Mike Bloomberg elected for the 3rd time. If they held it today, Matsui would be elected mayor. Are you kidding me? 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 left. And now the end of 3. It's 4-0 Yanks on the New York Yankees radio network driven by Jeep.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Radio.com is helping you stay connected, no matter how you're social distancing.
Keep tabs on the latest COVID-19 affecting your family with local and national news stations, including CNN, Fox News, and more.
Music, sports, and talk stations to take your mind off of current news.
Love podcasts? Radio.com has thousands. True crime, documentaries, and the highly acclaimed podcast from Brene Brown, Unlocking Us.
Listen on the Radio.com app, on Radio.com, or smart speakers and connected devices.
Small businesses are grappling with the impact of these uncertain times and looking for resources. That's why Dell Technologies assembled an all-star lineup of podcasters to create the first ever virtual conference to share advice and inspiration for small businesses. Dell Technologies is here, from keeping you connected while working remotely with Windows 10 and Microsoft Teams to providing relevant content for businesses. Search Dell Technologies Small Business Podference on radio.com, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
Navien tankless water heaters, the proven leader in condensing technology. Request a Navien because you deserve the best in endless hot water delivery. Learn about
Did you miss one of your favorite WFAN shows today? Download the radio.com app. Press play when you click on to hear your favorite shows on the Fan.
Well, Hideki Matsui has a problem was cropped up for the Yanks, and Jerry Hairston goes into left field to replace Johnny Damon. You know that lineup. When Damon came home on the base hit, he was limping noticeably.
I don't know whether he pulled something or he has a cramp, but that's not a good sign for Damon to be taken out of a game because he usually tries to play through everything.
Yeah, the Yankees are going to have to play without him. The pitch is low. Hairston's a very good left fielder and very quick, but he's nowhere near the hit of the Damon, and that's a big loss. Well, the
the Yankees have a 4-1 lead. We'll see if they can hold it. Chase Utley, the hitter, takes ball one. Utley grounded into a double play his first time. A left-hand hitter. Andy deals, and there's a strike. And the count 1-1.
And Damon had been having a great last couple of games. He was 6 for 10 and 5 runs scored now in the last 3 games.
And aside from numbers, let's say the game gets very close. And you're in the 8th inning or 9th inning or extra innings. You want Damon up. I mean, he's such a great hitter in the clutch. Here's the 1-1. Utley takes a strike on the inside. So that was a bigger hit by Matsui than you know, because now they're playing without 2/3 of their outfield, Damon and Melky Cabrera. Middle of the order, Utley, Howard, and Worth. And the 1-2, low outside. Well, it's time for the answer in today's trivia question. How many runs did the Yankees pitching rotation allow in the 1950 World Series versus the Phils? We'll give you the answer right after this pitch. Here's Pettis, 2-2. Grounded foul off first. Well, the answer was 3. That's the 3rd best all time. They played 4 games. Yankees won all 4, obviously. And if you wonder who the pitchers were, the fabled Yankees. Rashi, Reynolds, Lopak, and a youngster named Whitey Ford. Here's the 2-2. Grounded foul outside of first.
It's not a bad rotation. They bring in the kid. And they just showed Damon now, and he is really limping. They just showed him coming in, taking congratulations and shaking his head in disgust.
Well, wow. To say it's been a long season, just to underscore it, he got hurt right near the end. Here's the 2-2. Struck him out swinging one away. So Utley down swinging. As Andy threw a fastball cutter that went away from Utley down and away, and there's one down, and here is Ryan Howard.
And that's great to stay away from Utley, and if he ends up on the ground and he swings through it, it's even better. As we'd said before, if you looked at Utley's hits and the home runs, he's been getting too much in the middle of the plate, all the pitchers. Middle in is where he likes it.
One away, and here's Ryan Howard. Big lefty hitter, grounded at first. His first down pitch is fouled down the left field line.
Inside the numbers, in 11 outings so far this postseason, Mariano Rivera has pitched 14 in the 3rd innings to an ERA of .63.
And you know, I don't know how many runs that is. The 0-1. Line, right to cut out.